Usually, when rock bottom does happen in our lives, it is to push us to redirect somewhere else. So, when you have hit rock bottom, what I would tell you to do is first, please be surrounded by people who love you, who cherish you, and who want the best for you. Because it can be a very dangerous place to be in life. And if you don't have that support system, you might really feel like you are alone and no one out here can understand you, which I can tell you right now, it is not true. There are a lot of people on this earth, and whatever you're dealing with, you are not alone. There's a group of people out there who are able to understand you, who are able to put into words what you're going through, who have gone through the journey and have come on the other side. So, no matter how tough things are at this moment, no matter how bad the situation is at this moment, just know someone has gone through it and has been successful. Hello and welcome to Kitchen Table Advice. My name is Paola and I am the host of this podcast. This podcast is a safe place where you can ask for any advice you want. It can be relationship advice, both platonic or romantic, career advice, or life advice. I wanted to create a safe place where you can ask for your advice without fear. My purpose here is to serve as a guide and give you a different perspective for you to eventually both find your purpose in life as well as your voice. As a reminder, every name will be anonymous and your identity will always be kept a secret. This is not professional advice and I am not a licensed therapist or psychologist. Just think of this as advice you would get from a close friend on the kitchen table. So, let's begin. Hello, my wonderful gems. How are you? I hope you're doing amazing. If you're a returning gem, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, how are you? Make sure you set out the vibe, and if you like what you're listening to, then please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. So, before we begin, I do want to apologize for the noise in the background. My neighbors are making noise right now, and I can't do anything about it. But life goes on, so I'll try my best to reduce the noise during the editing process, but I can't promise you anything. So I do want to apologize for the noise, and as usual, we just jump into the first story of the episode. The title is I Am Stuck in Life. I am 28 and I feel like I've lost everything and I've hit rock bottom. But depending on how this goes, it might not be so short. Let's jump in. So after I became 28 years old, I had a real life mental breakdown earlier on in the year and developed psychosis. I started thinking things were targeted at me. Parentheses, fear of being followed, lost my job in building attendant. I got in a fight with a famous artist musician who meant the world to me. I said some threatening things. At the same time, I thought he was posting things targeted at me, which at first he was. Parentheses, pre-breakdown psychosis. I have no idea. Wait, are these stuff that have happened to you? Okay, wait. Let me just read everything. Everything felt fine. I thought he cared about me from our experience together and the 7 years of nearly talking. And then after I started reading things, I lost everything. I'm currently living in my shared room with another girl, jobless and needing to start again since he blocked me without any proper communication. Apart from my messages were disturbing and he didn't want to get dragged into it. I'm completely shattered. This has also felt to affect my little dream thing in the music field as well, and can hardly find motivation to wear decent clothes or put on makeup anymore. I thought I was doing something within beauty, but I've lost motivation there too. I'm also broke and feel totally worried about being stuck in a spiral again. Any advice would be appreciated. Alright. I had to come back and read this again and I have no idea what's happening. I still don't know. If you're able to understand, please let me know. But I still don't know, but I think she's in the music field and she was dating this guy while talking to this guy. And now she's jobless and she has to start again. It's just she got in a fight with the guy, and she said some mean things, and I guess he left after that. It's just okay. Um, I, I mean, wow. Okay, so from like even reading the way this thing was written down, it's just very disjointed and discombobulated, and I'm okay. So, this is just going to be a general advice because I'm still kind of lost as to what the story is about. So I'm just gonna give you a general advice about hitting rock bottom. Despite what anyone may say, despite what you may be thinking, if you're in this moment right now, I know it can be the most earth-shattering thing you've ever imagined. It's probably the worst thing you've ever imagined in your life, or maybe something you thought could never happen to you. And I understand that, but rock bottom is usually a redirection. We may not be able to see how things are, and everything might seem well, like everything is panning out well, but usually when rock bottom does happen in our lives, it is to push us to redirect somewhere else. So when you have hit rock bottom, what I would tell you to do is first, please be surrounded by people who love you, who cherish you, and who want the best for you. Because it can be a very dangerous place to be in life. And if you don't have that support system, you might really feel like you are alone and no one out here can understand you, which I can tell you right now, it is not true. There are a lot of people on this earth, and whatever you're dealing with, you are not alone. There's a group of people out there who are able to understand you, who are able to put into words what you're going through, who have gone through the journey and have come on the other side. So no matter how tough things are at this moment, no matter how bad the situation is at this moment, just know someone has gone through it and has been successful. And the people out there who are going to understand exactly what you mean, they're going to give you that support, they're going to give you that care, and they're going to be there. That is what you need to remember in this place of rock bottom. So the first thing I would tell you is please find that support system. It's for you, it's your family, go ahead. If it's your friends, go ahead. If it's your pets, go ahead. Whatever that support system is, whatever that system that gives you joy or just peace and calm, whatever that system is that makes you feel peace, calm, and feel like you're in a sanctuary, go towards that. So that is the first thing I would tell you. Go towards people who are not going to judge you, who are not going to put you down, but who are really just going to be there to provide that safe space for you. That is one. And after you have done that, please do this after you've done the first one. After you've done that, cry. Yes, I'm telling you to cry. It is okay for you to cry about your situation. Whatever you're going through is painful and it is hurtful. And again, a lot of people have hit rock bottom. Whatever yours is, just know you are not alone, but that does not mean you should just pretend like it didn't happen. It's okay for you to cry. Cry and process the situation. If you whatever the situation is or whatever has happened throughout the situation, give yourself time to grieve. It is important for you to grieve. When you reach rock bottom, yes, you should find that support system who is going to be there for you. And the next step is grieving. Cry it out. It doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl. Cry it out. Give yourself a space. If you're one of those people who feels comfortable crying around other people, go ahead and do that, but just tell the person they're not there to give you advice. You really just need a shoulder to cry on, literally. If they're able to do that for you, by all means do that. But if you are the type of person who doesn't like other people being around you when you cry, go ahead, go to your room or bathroom, wherever you need to isolate yourself and feel your feelings. Cry it out. Okay? No one needs to know you're crying. Unless you have a safe person who is just going to keep it to themselves, but no one needs to know. Just feel it out and cry it out. And after you have given it a good cry, This is not for you to stay crying. After you've given it a good cry, this is when you look at where you are at this moment. No more projecting, no more idealizing, no more wishing this would have happened, that would have happened. No. You look at where you are at this moment. You look at your situation in this place in time. Would it be better if it was different? Yes. However, we are living in the present, not the future, and definitely not the past. You look at your situation right now in the present. What do you have? Who are your support system? If you need to make a list of what you are grateful for, go ahead and make that list. And if you need to make a list of what the stuff you still want to accomplish, go ahead and make that list. But the point of this part is to just sit with yourself in the present. Look at where you are, look at what you have, and look at the skills you have. Because it can be very detrimental when you're rock bottom to start feeling like you are worthless, you are useless, you can't do anything. That is absolutely not true. As I've said before, there have been a lot of people on this planet. There's been a lot of people on this earth who have gone through the exact same thing as you have. This is not to minimize your situation. This is just to give you comfort of you are not alone. People have gone through it, and so will you. So you just need to go through the motions. First, identify who your support system are. Keep them close. If you're comfortable enough to share stuff with them, share. If you're comfortable enough to share only a little bit, go ahead and do that. Or if you need to tell them you're going through something that is very detrimental to you, but you're not really in a place where you can share with them at this moment, but you will share with them in the future. But right now, if they could just give you that space where you can be vulnerable and you can basically grieve, then go ahead and do that. It really depends on the people around you. It depends on your personality. So there's no one way to fit this. Do what is best for you, and you know the people in your life better than I know them. So I'm not going to tell you do this, do that. Do what works for you. If you need to share, go ahead and share. If you need to tell them you need a bit more time before you can share fully, go ahead and do that. It's just going to depend on the people around you and who you are. But then after that, cry it out. It's very important for you to cry it out. Don't skip this step. Especially the girls who have always been on the go, go, go. Especially for the girls they just pick themselves up by the bootstraps and they just keep going alive through the motion. No. This rock bottom is a time for you to pause and reflect. This is why you need to cry it out. You need to let everything out. Everything that has happened, everything that has put you down, the whole situation, whatever the event is, let it out physically. Okay? And I mean in terms of crying, not in terms of you being angry and punching stuff. There's something very cathartic about you just shedding tears. Do that. But then after you do that, you look at where you are right now. We're not thinking of the event or what has happened before. And we're not thinking of the future, how maybe this person ain't ish or that job ain't. No. Just block everything out as best as you can. Focus on the present. Focus on you. You're putting yourself forward. You are at the center right now. Look at your skills. Look at what you have. Look at what you can do in this moment in time. And then from there on, slowly but surely, you just pick yourself back up. And in this situation when you're jobless, slowly but surely, how can you afford rent that you're sharing with this girl? Can you pick up a job here and there? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you put something online where you can earn money on the side? You just slowly but surely pick yourself back up. You know your situation more than I do. So my suggestion would just be, don't think of this as something bad. This is really just a redirection. And with time, you will be able to be grateful for this redirection. Because regardless of what we may think, rock bottom is really not a bad thing. It is time for reflection and a time for redirection, because we may have thought that that thing that was happening was good for us, but in the long term, whoever's in charge of the universe, some people call it God, some people call it source, some people call it whatever, but whoever's in charge, they know that long term that was not going to work for you. So now you're being redirected toward this thing. And yes, rock bottom sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's never a pleasant thing. However, it really is for your growth and for your betterment. So that is a piece of advice I'm going to give you on that. All right, so thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please let me know what you thought in the comment section below. And we now get our stories on our new website, which is kitchentableadvice.com. That is where we get some of our stories as well as business inquiries. So if you've enjoyed this episode or you like listening to us, then feel free to contact us. Then feel free to let your comments in the comment section below, or you can just contact us on our website. We also have a variety of different stuff on our website, such as poetry and art, and our blogs where we just talk and ramble about anything. So we welcome you to visit our website. And again, thank you for spending your day with us, and we see you next week. Bye.